Do you know thousands of cruisers get banned for life without even realizing what they did? One moment, you're sipping cocktails by the pool. The next, security's at your door and your dream vacation is over. These bans happen quietly, sometimes for something as small as a selfie, a joke, or a glass bottle tossed overboard. Cruise lines have zero-tolerance rules most passengers don't even know exist. And the scariest part? Once your name's flagged, you're banned across multiple fleets for life. In this video, we're uncovering 14 dumb mistakes that got cruisers banned forever. Every one of them happened to people who thought it never could. Let's start with one of the most common, most expensive mistakes made before you even board the ship. Number 1. Sneaking booze on board. A couple thought they'd outsmart security, pouring vodka into empty mouthwash bottles and tinting it blue with food dye. At embarkation, they laughed as their bags rolled through the scanner. But within minutes, security called them aside. Their bottles were confiscated, their SeaPass cards deactivated, and by morning, they were escorted off. Permanent ban letter waiting in hand. Cruise lines treat alcohol smuggling as fraud against company policy. Every bag is scanned, every container checked. Even if you make it on board, staff are trained to spot fake containers instantly. Most lines already let you bring a bottle or two of wine legally, but anything beyond that can get you flagged across multiple fleets. And if you think that's harsh, the next cruiser was banned not for what they brought, but for what they threw. Number 2. Throwing anything overboard. It was a calm Caribbean night. A passenger stood on his balcony, drink in one hand, cigarette in the other. When he flicked the butt overboard, he thought it was harmless. Minutes later, he heard a knock. Ship security stood outside his cabin. The cigarette had landed 2 decks below, right beside a crew cleaning station. Cameras caught it all. Throwing anything, even ice or paper cups, overboard is a maritime violation. Modern ships have thousands of CCTV cameras watching every angle. What looks like no big deal to you can become a fire or pollution hazard instantly. The man was escorted off at the next port, banned for life. It's a sobering reminder that every action on a ship leaves a trail, even the ones you think vanish into the sea. And speaking of bad decisions, the next cruiser risked their life for a single photo. Number 3. Climbing or sitting on railings. We've all seen those Titanic pose selfies, arms out, ocean behind. One woman tried it on her balcony, climbing over the railing to stand on the ledge. The photo went viral. So did her lifetime ban. Cruise lines classify this as reckless endangerment, and there's no second chance. Royal Caribbean, Carnival, MSC, they all enforce immediate bans for anyone seen climbing or sitting on railings. In her case, security footage showed her leaning out mid-photo. Within minutes, officers arrived at her cabin. She was removed the next morning, permanently banned from the entire cruise brand. It's not just about falling. It's about setting a dangerous example. One slip, and others could follow your lead. She wanted a picture to remember her vacation forever, and she got one. But the next passenger didn't just ignore safety. He refused it outright. Number 4. Refusing security or medical screening. At embarkation, one man grew impatient as the line slowed down for thermal screening. When a health officer flagged his temperature, he snapped. "I'm fine. You're not scanning me again." Big mistake. Refusing a medical or security check violates both cruise line policy and international maritime law. Once you're marked as non-compliant, your sailing is canceled, and in most cases, you're blacklisted permanently. The crew doesn't debate or negotiate. They escort you back to the terminal, refund denied. A similar case happened in 2022 on a Mediterranean sailing when a man refused ID verification. He was logged as a security risk, banned within 24 hours. The rule is simple. At sea, safety isn't optional. The captain's liability extends to every passenger on board. He thought it was overreaction, but the next cruiser's mistake involved something much riskier than refusing a scan. It involved breaking the law. Number 5. Bringing illegal substances. One young couple thought they'd save money by packing a few edibles and a vape pen in their luggage. It's legal at home, they said, but cruise ships operate under international law, and that's where things get ugly. During a random luggage check in Jamaica, port authorities found the stash. The couple was detained. The ship's security escorted them ashore, and both were banned indefinitely from that cruise line, and others soon followed. Even small amounts count. Cruise lines share databases with customs agencies, meaning your name can be flagged across multiple fleets. One Carnival guest even claimed they didn't know their prescription pills were unapproved in Bermuda. Didn't matter. Banned for life. At sea, ignorance isn't innocence, it's liability. They thought it was a harmless vacation habit until they realized the ship had zero tolerance. And the next passenger's mistake? It wasn't illegal, but it crossed a moral line that ended their cruising days forever. Number 6. Harassing or touching crew members. Late night karaoke. A passenger, slightly drunk, wrapped his arm around a server, just being friendly. The bartender stiffened. 2 hours later, security knocked on his door. He was removed from the ship the next morning, banned permanently. Cruise lines have zero tolerance for harassment of crew. Unwanted touching, comments, or even jokes are logged immediately. Every public space is under camera surveillance, and reports go straight to security. The company's stance is clear. Crew deserve total respect, no matter the context. It doesn't matter if it was just a hug. If the crew didn't consent, your cruise days are over. He thought it was harmless fun, until he learned the staff had everything on tape. The next mistake? Someone decided to explore a door they weren't supposed to, and that single step cost them every future sailing. Number 7. Fighting with other passengers. It started with a spilled drink in the casino bar. Words turned to shouting, then shoving, then chaos. By the time security arrived, 10 passengers were involved. Cameras captured everything, and by morning, every one of them was off the ship. Cruise lines enforce zero tolerance for violence. Even verbal aggression counts. Every brawl triggers incident reports, camera reviews, and lifetime bans for all participants. One infamous fight aboard Carnival Magic in 2022 made global headlines. Dozens of passengers banned, even those who didn't throw punches but egged others on. Cruise ships protect reputation as fiercely as safety. One viral fight can harm an entire brand. So next time a drink spills or someone cuts in line, take a breath. Because the next clip you star in might end your cruising days forever. And while those passengers were fighting each other, another one decided to challenge the captain himself. Number 8. Disobeying the captain's orders. Stormy night. Waves crashing over the deck. The crew ordered passengers inside for safety, but one man refused, camera in hand. "I paid for this view," he shouted. Security escorted him inside. The next morning, a letter waited on his bed. Disembarked at next port. Future sailings canceled. Under maritime law, the captain's word is final. His orders aren't suggestions, they're legal commands. Whether it's ignoring safety drills, refusing evacuation, or breaking curfew during rough seas, disobedience can trigger permanent bans. He thought he was being adventurous. The captain saw him as a liability. And the next passenger didn't defy authority. He tried to sneak behind it. Number 9. Sneaking into crew-only areas. A YouTuber decided to film a behind-the-scenes vlog. He opened a crew-only door mid-sailing, camera rolling. Within minutes, alarms triggered, and his video became evidence. Crew-only areas connect to ship operations, kitchens, storage, mechanical corridors. They're protected by maritime security law. When security confronted him, he insisted it was just curiosity. He was escorted off at the next port, his booking history flagged as a security breach. Even accidentally stepping into a restricted hallway can cause issues. The ship's system tracks every keycard movement. It's not worth the views. These doors aren't decorative, they protect essential systems. He wanted content for his channel, but ended up blacklisted instead. But the next mistake wasn't digital mischief, it was actual digital fraud. Number 10. Using fake IDs or tampering with documents. A 20-year-old wanted to join a group cruise reserved for older travelers. So he photoshopped his date of birth on his passport scan. He made it on board for 2 days. Then the system flagged an ID mismatch during a routine customs check. Security escorted him off in Mexico. Cruise lines treat document tampering as identity fraud, a federal crime. It doesn't matter if it's a fake vaccination card, altered passport, or a falsified medical certificate. Once detected, it's permanent blacklisting. One couple even submitted fake health paperwork for a discount on a transatlantic cruise. The line's compliance team caught it instantly. They didn't just lose their cruise, they lost access to every future booking under their names. He thought he'd hacked the system. Instead, he became part of it, in the worst way. But the next passenger didn't fake documents. She faked content, and the ship noticed. Number 11. Filming crew without permission. A TikToker recorded a heated exchange between a crew member and a passenger. They uploaded it before dinner. By morning, their cruise account was disabled and every future booking with the line canceled. Filming crew without consent violates privacy, labor, and maritime laws. Cruise lines protect staff identities to prevent harassment or misrepresentation online. Even harmless vlogs can breach policy if they show private areas or crew performing duties without permission. Insiders say crew members now report any unapproved filming, and those reports go directly to headquarters. That passenger wanted views, but instead got banned across the fleet. The next mistake? A traveler who simply brought a cat hiding from security. Number 12. Smuggling pets or exotic animals. It sounds unbelievable, but yes, people have tried to sneak animals onboard cruise ships. One woman was caught in Miami with a cat hidden inside her hand luggage, claiming it was her emotional support pet. Security only found it when the carrier shifted during screening and a small paw poked through the zipper. The cat was fine, but she wasn't. Cruise lines maintain strict biosecurity and animal import laws. Pets can introduce disease, trigger allergies, or violate quarantine restrictions at ports. Unless it's a registered service animal pre-approved by the line, even emotional support pets are forbidden. The passenger was denied boarding, flagged for animal smuggling under maritime law, and banned for life from multiple fleets. Other stories include guests trying to bring turtles, parrots, even snakes from Caribbean islands. All ended the same way: immediate disembarkation and lifetime bans. She thought it was just her cat for comfort. The cruise line saw it as a major health security breach. And the next mistake? It didn't involve an animal, but it created chaos across the entire ship. Number 13. Violating quarantine or isolation orders. On a European river sailing, a woman tested positive for the flu and was told to isolate in her cabin for 48 hours. The next morning, she slipped out for breakfast just for a few minutes. Security cameras caught her. The captain immediately ordered her confined until the next port and issued a permanent ban notice. Cruise ships follow strict health codes. Leaving isolation or ignoring medical orders is classified as endangering others. Even mild symptoms fall under that rule. After 2020, cruise lines doubled their health enforcement. Anyone caught breaking it gets banned instantly. No refund, no rebooking. She thought no one would notice. But the ocean has eyes everywhere. And the final mistake? It's one that nearly caused a full-blown emergency at sea. Number 14. Tampering with safety equipment. A group of teens found life jackets in their cabin closet and decided to test them for fun. They pulled cords, laughing as the jackets inflated. Moments later, alarms sounded. The ship's crew rushed the deck, thinking there was an actual emergency. Within hours, the teens were confined to their cabins and disembarked at the next port. Tampering with safety gear, life jackets, extinguishers, lifeboats, or alarms is considered a maritime felony. It's not just childish, it's dangerous. Even covering smoke detectors or removing batteries can result in immediate removal and lifetime bans. They thought it was a joke. The ship didn't. Because at sea, safety isn't a suggestion, it's sacred. So there you have it, 14 cruise ship mistakes that got passengers banned forever. Some thought they were being clever. Some thought the rules didn't apply to them. But on the ocean, every move is recorded, every action accountable, and every decision can echo across entire fleets. The smartest cruisers know the rules aren't there to ruin the fun. They're what keep the fun possible. Break them, and your name might join a database shared by every major line, one that never forgets. If you found this eye-opening, hit that like button and tell me in the comments which mistakes shocked you the most, or which you've seen happen on board. Until next time, cruise smart and happy cruising.